Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some amazing recommendations of women authors in the genre thriller. So I've got some great books ranging across a series of years, and I really hope that you enjoy some of these authors. So with no further ado, here goes. I'm gonna start off with books by Mary Higgins Clark. Now, there are a bunch of books that she has written, and I think this is over the period of 90s and the 2000s, but she still writes books, and there is, I think, a more recent one that came out a couple of years back. But I find that some of her books are really suspenseful. Now, most of her books are female protagonist oriented and family oriented, but something happens and then the female protagonist has to find a way to get through it. And more often or not, it's always going to be like a nightmare version. So some of the books that I've mentioned here are my favorites. So Where Are the Children is one of my most favorite books written by her. So if you're planning to try out this author, make sure that that's the book you pick first. I really like the fact that these books are all independent, and so you need not necessarily fall into a I need to complete this series kind of foray. So make sure you check her books out and some of these recommendations as well. You'll also notice that many of her books will also contain like a pun on a nursery rhyme. This one here says the cradle will fall. So a couple of her books are like that, and it gives off very suspenseful vibes. So I definitely recommend that you check out some of her books. Another author I would recommend is Carol Higgins Clark. Now, I'm not really sure if she is related to Mary Higgins Clark or if this is like a pseudonym. I'm not entirely sure. But Carol Higgins Clark books are mostly series oriented. So I think this is part of the Keys mysteries, and you'll have to follow the series along. And most of her books are also revolve around the ocean and sea related thrillers. So if you're interested into looking at something like that, this would be your go. Another author I would like to recommend is Mary Jane Clark. Come to think of it, I find it now that it's super weird that all the three authors that I just recommended have like similarities in their names. Anyhow, so this author also has her books written in series. So if you want to like start a new thriller series or something like that, I would recommend either Carol Higgins Clark or Mary Jane Clark. They're both like really good in the whole series genre. This one right here is one of my favorites, which is I Want to Tell You a Secret, and this is also part of a series. I think this is the first book in the series. So if you want to try her, then you can start off with this series. Which brings me to one of my most favorite thriller authors, female, male, whatsoever, Joy Fielding. Now, Joy Fielding pioneered the thriller and suspenseful kind of genre books way back before the whole Gone Girl Gillian Flynn thing happened. And if you like those kind of books, I would highly recommend Joy Fielding's books. So if you want to pick one author from this whole lot, pick Joy Fielding. She was the best thriller and suspenseful author as far as I know. And what I really like about her is that all her books feature like very strong female protagonists who are put in situations that can get very intimidating and difficult to handle, but they then get through it. And that's really inspiring and motivational and very suspenseful as well. Again, her books are very family oriented. There are children to take care of, a husband who probably left the main protagonist or anything of that sort, but then it all ends up with the main lady in discussion. Now, See Jane Run was one of her like most famous books, But I have put in recommendations of a few books here that I have read and I personally enjoyed a lot. So you could pick up any one of these books if you're trying to get with Joy Fielding's books. And of course, there's no way I can do a thriller video by female authors without putting in Gillian Flynn. So Gone Girl is one of Gillian Flynn's most famous viral books. There's a movie as well. And Sharp Objects, if I'm not wrong, is a TV series. So I enjoyed both these books. So if you want to try Gillian Flynn, then go for it. There's another book as well that I also enjoyed. I haven't added it here, but you can look that up on Goodreads. And they're all equally good. For those who don't know, this borders on psychological thriller a little bit, but still equally good thriller from thriller's point of view. And then I would like to add in The Woman in the Window by A.J. Flynn. Now, I have done a whole review video about The Woman in the Window. I will add it in the card above. So make sure you check out that review video for an entire perspective of this book. But this is also a thriller bordering on psychological and suspense. So you should definitely try this book out as well if you haven't yet so far. There is a movie coming out on this movie as well, I think later this year. So if you want to be prepared before the movie comes out, make sure you check this book out. The trailer looks amazing. So if you haven't checked the trailer out as yet, go check that out. Thank you so much for watching this recommendations video. If you enjoyed it and would like to watch more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe.